Hey, Pain, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite albums. And, I don't know why, but I guess maybe it's because I don't have enough sleep, but god damn, this headache that I'm having right now at the side of my head right here. Um, anyways, let's do an album review. I'm gonna talk about this album, and I believe that no one, not a single person in the entire internet had done a review on this album, so I'm gonna jump on this head first, okay? And this album is going to be Nanoray Zapper. Nanoray is an electronic artist from Omaha, Nebraska, and this is like I think it's his fifth album, and I've never really heard of him. I've only stumbled upon this album after browsing through rateyourmusic.com, and having found this album, I actually enjoyed quite a bit. Essentially, we have another Animecore hardcore breaks album. I don't know why, but recently I've seen a lot of, and I've heard a lot of these hardcore breaks albums with break beats that are usually very fast paced and hardcore and very digital, and usually Animecore, like they would sample animes and the album overall would usually have a very anime aesthetic. Last year I talked about Sewer Slopes, um, that one album, the New Love, I think that album is called. While I like the very edgy and kind of dark, actually hentai aesthetics of the album, I was still left kind of underwhelmed because it's just not really all that innovative. It drags on, it gets repetitive. However, I think I found one Animecore hardcore breaks album that really captures that crazy vibe that I kind of enjoy. So the album starts off with Transform, with these dreamy sci-fi flavored keyboards, and after a while it sort of builds up, and then these super duper harsh break beats sort of slam onto the track, and occasionally we get these synth samples sort of sprinkling around, and overall it is a very fantastic and vibrant album opener. The second track is NEKOMATA 97, and it is it hits hard. It hits really hard. The beats, they are harsh, they are loud, they're noisy, and they're sort of paired with these very smooth, luxurious sort of synths. Bow, 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 and it sort of goes around. We get these descending keyboards once in a while, which adds so much flavor onto the track. Overall, pretty enjoyable. The record, of course, hits a few low points, like on the track Mood Medley, which is very dry, and I can't help but think of Death Grips when I listen to this track, and Machine Girl. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just very derivative of their style, with the very harsh, warped, distorted sound. And we also have the track Aleph Null later on the album. Someone has been watching Vsauce, and Aleph Null, it's all also kind of dry, not as coherent as other tracks on the album, and I think it is more regular and basic than other tracks. However, the track Salmon Cannon Deluxe has these dry metallic tones sort of sprawling all over the track, and it is just very exhilarating and exciting. The metallic percussion, they constantly scratch and clang in a way. It's really energetic. The track Tempest is more melodic, less percussive, and I think it's still okay. Not necessarily one of the best tracks on the album, but still not bad. The track Hellrunner Restore is also structurally one of the more special cuts off of the record. It starts off with these really nice instrumentals, which really builds up to a more subtle beat, and subtle in a sense that it isn't noisy or all over the place, but it's these constant thumping, the kind of thumping that you would hear playing in a van with a couple of guys in white undershirts with cigarette in their mouths, sort of in the street away, in the street across, in the whatever, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. The grinding tones of this track is very menacing, and I like that. And the penultimate track is Sequential Dream Box, which is 7 minutes long, and it is more simplistic than other tracks. I love the fluttery, dreamy keyboards, but one complaint I have with this track is that it is too long and too repetitive. It drags on and on and on and on. And the record ends off with Awake, which is almost like a callback to the album opener, where it starts off with these sci fi keyboards. This time, the keyboards kind of return, except dreamier than ever, and they're also kind of slow and mid paced, and they create this strange, surreal atmosphere that I really like. So, yeah, not gonna say too much about this album. I think the anime aesthetic of this album, plus the very surreal, energetic, and dreamy vibes, are just a great combination. And while I don't think this is one of the most groundbreaking projects ever, it's far from that. I still see a lot of potential in the artist. So, yeah, my favorite track here is NEKOMATA 97, and my least favorite is Mood Medley. I'm giving Nanoray's Zapper a strong 7 to a light 8 out of 10. So, have you listened to this album from Under the Images? Rate it, like it, and subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.